The heat of the afternoon pressed against the woods like a suffocating blanket, insects droning in the air as the cicadas screamed from hidden branches. 9-year-old Emma darted between the trees, her sneakers crunching on dry leaves and twigs. She carried a stick like a sword, swinging it against the trunks and pretending she was a knight in some secret kingdom. The path she followed wound deeper into the brush behind her grandmother's farmhouse, where the grass grew tall and the rocks glistened from the recent rain. She spotted a clearing with a fallen log stretched across it like a bridge. Laughing, she raced toward it, her hair sticking to her forehead with sweat, her shirt clinging to her back. She stepped up onto the log and balanced, arms spread wide. On the far side, a patch of wildflowers bent under the breeze, and she reached for them as she hopped down. Her sneakers hit the ground. A rustle split the air. Then came the sound. A sharp, chilling rattle. Emma froze, the flowers forgotten. From beneath the brush, a thick, scaled body coiled tight, patterned in brown and tan that blended with the forest floor. The snake's triangular head rose, tongue flicking as its rattles hissed. Her chest locked. She tried to step back, but her heel caught on a root. The sudden movement triggered the strike. Fangs sank into her calf with searing precision, 2 burning needles plunging deep. Emma screamed, the sound splitting the stillness, as the snake released and recoiled. She stumbled backward, clutching her leg, tears spilling instantly as fire spread from the bite outward. She fell onto the leaves, writhing as the venom pulsed. Her calf swelled almost immediately, the skin around the punctures turning purple. She could barely breathe from the pain, gasping as if the forest itself had stolen her air. The rattling faded as the snake slithered back into the underbrush, leaving her alone with the agony. Emma tried to push herself up, but her leg buckled. She cried out, clawing at the dirt, desperate to move, to get away from the place where it had happened. She dragged herself forward, fingers digging into the soil, tears streaking through the dust on her cheeks. Her stick lay discarded beside her, useless now. "Help!" she screamed, voice cracking. "Help me!" The woods swallowed her cries. Panic clawed at her chest, hotter than the venom spreading through her bloodstream. Her throat felt dry, her heart thundered erratically, and her vision blurred. Each second stretched like eternity as she lay there, listening to her pulse pounding louder than the cicadas. Finally, a voice broke through. "Emma! Emma, where are you?" It was her older brother Michael searching the woods. His figure crashed through the branches, his face pale when he saw her sprawled on the ground clutching her leg. He bolted to her side, dropping to his knees. "Oh my God, Emma, what happened?" "A snake," she sobbed. "It bit me." Michael's eyes darted to the swelling wound. The puncture marks were dark, blood oozing, the skin already puffing grotesquely. He ripped off his hoodie, tying it tightly above her knee as a makeshift tourniquet. His hands shook. "Stay with me, Em. You're okay. Just breathe. I'm gonna get you out of here." He hooked his arms under her and lifted, the effort straining his thin frame. Emma whimpered, her head lolling against his shoulder, but he forced himself to move. He stumbled down the trail, sprinting and nearly tripping as he carried her toward the farmhouse. Every step seemed too slow. Her skin grew clammy, her lips pale. By the time he burst into the yard, their grandmother was on the porch. She dropped her watering can, sprinting down the steps. "Dear Lord!" she cried, rushing forward as Michael collapsed to his knees with Emma in his arms. "She's been bit!" he yelled. "We have to get her to the hospital!" Grandma wasted no time. She yanked open the car doors, shouting, "Lay her across the back seat." "Hurry!" Michael slid Emma inside, cradling her head as Grandma started the car, gravel spitting from the tires as they tore onto the road. Emma moaned, her small hand clutching Michael's wrist. Her eyes fluttered, breaths shallow. "It hurts," she whispered, voice barely audible. I know, Em, I know. Just hold on, Michael pleaded, brushing her sweaty hair back. They'll fix you. Don't you dare close your eyes. The car roared down winding country roads. Grandma's knuckles whitened on the steering wheel as she shouted into her cell phone. Snakebite victim, child. On the way to county hospital. Severe swelling. Difficulty breathing. Venomous bite. Hurry! Emma's body jerked, a violent shiver running through her. Michael gripped her hand tighter. Her skin was ice cold, yet her forehead burned. He could see the veins around the wound bulging, spreading dark under her skin like ink. Traffic lights blurred as Grandma blew through them, horns blaring. She swerved past trucks and cars, ignoring curses shouted out of windows. The hospital finally rose in the distance, its red emergency sign glowing like a beacon. They screeched into the ambulance bay, brakes screaming. Doors flew open. EMTs raced toward them, pulling a stretcher. Michael scrambled out, shouting, "Snake bite!" She can't breathe. They lifted Emma onto the stretcher, her limbs twitching weakly, her lips turning bluish. Oxygen mask slammed over her face. IVS prepped on the run. Nurses shouted vital signs as they wheeled her inside. Blood pressure dropping, severe envenomation, get anti-venom ready. Michael and Grandma chased after, but were stopped at the double doors. Michael pounded the glass as the stretcher disappeared down the corridor, his little sister vanishing into a storm of doctors and machines. Inside the trauma bay, the team moved fast. Monitors beeped erratically as they hooked Emma to oxygen, inserted IV lines, and cut away fabric from her swollen leg. Her calf looked monstrous, ballooned and discolored, the skin stretched to its limit. A doctor barked orders. Get the Crofab antivenom prepped now. Monitor for anaphylaxis. Push fluids. We need that airway-stable A nurse rushed with syringes, plunging the life-saving serum into the IV. Emma moaned faintly, barely conscious, her tiny chest struggling against the mask. Doctors checked her pupils, her heart rate, her oxygen saturation dropping dangerously low. Stay with us, sweetheart. One murmured as they intubated, sliding a tube down her throat to keep her breathing. Machines hissed, pumps clicked, alarms screamed. Time blurred into a frenzy of medical action. Every second a battle to keep her alive. In the waiting room, Michael sat hunched, fists clenched so tight his nails cut his palms. Grandma prayed aloud, rosary slipping through her fingers. Hours dragged, punctuated by passing nurses, the occasional announcement on the PA, and Michael's silent tears. Finally, a doctor appeared, pulling down his mask. She's stable. The antivenom is working. It was close, very close, but she's responding. She'll be in intensive care for the night. Michael collapsed back in his chair, a sob ripping from him as Grandma wept into her hands. Relief crashed over them like a wave, leaving them trembling and exhausted. Through the night, Emma's condition improved slowly. The swelling in her leg peaked but didn't spread further. Monitors steadied, her heart rate climbing back to normal. Nurses checked her constantly, adjusting fluids, keeping her comfortable. By morning, her eyes blinked open, confused but alive. Michael was at her bedside instantly. He grabbed her hand, tears running freely now. "You scared the life out of me, Em." Her voice was hoarse. Did I die?" He laughed through his tears. "No, but you almost did. Don't ever do that again, okay?" She smiled weakly, squeezing his hand. "Okay."